Hey guys, what's going on? Sorry it took me a second to get back to making this video. I'm chilling in the sauna here, so excuse me if I speak fast or slow. It's hot, but I do want to get back to you. So the freedom number, the retirement we talked about, for me that was like $4,000 or $5,000 a month. So that comes in every single month before I go to work due to rental properties that we purchased. I was able to kind of do that by 27. So technically, if I wanted to right now, I could quit and be okay. I've had some people tell me, no, you're full of it, you can't do that. But no, technically, I really could. We want to knock some things out first, though, and I'm kind of ambitious. I want to fund a lot of things that are important to me, like the church and the children's home in my future. I want to be extremely wealthy before I pass away. I'm very upfront with that. So I don't want to quit yet. I'm still leveraging opportunities. I still work full-time selling cars. I still flip houses. In real estate, I still want to buy and manage many rental properties. I have so much going on and I'm in over my head a lot of times, but it's something that I've gotten comfortable. I believe struggling well is an important characteristic if you want to grow, and that's something you're gonna find out as you pursue this. So how did we get started? The first thing we did actually was my wife's idea. We were renting an apartment and we saved $100 a week. Together for a year, we made $10,000 and we used that. We leveraged, I was like in the 620 credit score. Amanda Jones did an FHA loan for me. I think it was Amanda. Actually, it might have been somebody else. I like Amanda, but I think it was somebody when I first got started. I Googled how to buy a house and clicked something. We bought our first house. It was like 200 grand right before COVID, which was a crazy time. We got 2.9% interest and it ended up appreciating $100,000, which was cool. So it's like we made 100 grand off of our $10,000. We 10x'd our money, and that was luck, of course. And that's not going to happen for everybody, but it inspired us. So now we saved to buy another rental. We actually let one of our friends move in with us, and they needed the place, and he didn't have the credit. So I was like, well, I trust this guy to pay me. At the time, he didn't have the credit. He does now. And I said, so we bought a house for him, and we spent $150,000 on this house, and it ended up needing a bunch of work, like $30,000. So, and of course we financed this. We did a mortgage. We paid out of pocket like 40 grand, 50 or 60 with the down payment and the renovations. And he pays us every month. So that makes us $700 in net cash flow every month. And that was my first taste. When we got our first house, I bought the Tesla. And then I was like, cool, if I get my first rental property and the rental makes up for what I save in the difference of a gas vehicle, I'll buy a Tesla. And that was how we got it. Well, then I had a nice car and my wife had to have something nice, and I'm not the kind of guy that's going to buy something just off of my earned income. I'm just not that guy. I will die probably before I go waste money before I let something else pay for it. Like I'm that guy. I grew up poor, so, and my mentors tell me it's a bad thing to do. So let's get her a car. We got to buy another property. So we found a property during COVID, during peak, most expensive. People say, oh, you can't buy rates. I think we got like a 6% rate on that one, 6.4. Amanda did do this loan. And I think we had to put like $60,000 down. I remember it broke me, or 40 grand. It was 40 or 60 grand down on that one. It broke us. Like it was more the money than I had, right? And so we net cash flow on that one. The mortgage, when the taxes went up the next year, was like 1367. We were renting it for 2 grand. So there was some cash flow there. We've actually reduced the rent to that one to $1,850 to a family that plans to be there probably forever. They want to buy the house from me, but they are currently renting, and we make a little less than $500 a month on it, free cash flow. That's coming in every month, so we got Olivia a Porsche, right? We're like, cool, we got a house, let's get a Porsche, right? And it doesn't cover all of it, but like if you're gonna have a $500 car payment anyways, you know, use the extra cash flow to finance something nicer. That's kind of like what we did. That's kind of our mentality. It may not be perfect, but it's kind of worked for us. And then here's where things went wrong for me. So we bought 2 houses, and then we're like, oh, well, let's get a third house. We can be kind of comfortable. Well, we have a third house because we lived in one, but let's get another house. Let's get one for us, a bigger one, nice. I want a heated pool. I want a hot tub. I want a beautiful landscape. I want it fenced in, I want all this stuff. So we went out and spent 400 grand on a house for us. Well, here's the problem. I did this with no money out of pocket. We bought a $400,000 house with no cash. I borrowed $40,000 in equity. No, that's a lie. About $4,000 cash. I had $35,800 on a HELOC loan I took out, and I borrowed $30,000 from my employer. I said, hey, I need a bonus. I need a $30,000 bonus. He wouldn't give it to me at first. And then a lady said, hey, this lady that he does business with says, hey, I'll vouch for him or whatever. I need you to give him the $30,000 bonus. He needs to put this deal together. And her son was helping me. I got the house, and bam, so I borrowed $65,800 in order to buy this house. And I'm paying my employer back $5,000 a month, which is milking me, right? That's net money. So really it's gross $7,500 a month, plus the mortgage of $2,700 a month. Plus we're paying $1,000 a month to keep the pool heated. Plus we have a couple $1,000s in car payments, and I'm a sinking ship. And I'm like, this is crazy. So for 6 months, I'm just like barely getting by, right? And this was because I wanted to have something nice up front. And we're having a good time, house parties and everything. And we're like, hey, we're going to sell this house now because it's killing us. Like, it's bleeding me dry. I'm going to work and not have, like, we're going out to eat some, but barely having any money, like, killing me. 10 grand a month this house costing us, right? And I'm like, hey, we got to sell it or make it an Airbnb. So then we make up our mind we're going to make it an Airbnb. We list it. I signed a 6-month listing agreement. I, at the time, was scared I wasn't going to be able to pay for it, and the house didn't immediately sell. I wasn't going to lose money. I'm not a believer in losing money. I've never lost money on a deal. I'll never sell if I'm never going to sell to you if I'm going to lose money. So we got the house ready. We listed it, and I said, hey, I'm not accepting less than this. This is what we got to have. It's okay. So right before it went under contract, we actually spent a bunch, like thousands of dollars. We're going to make it an Airbnb. I'm very confident we can make those profitable. We do pretty well off Airbnb currently, which is actually when we moved into this house, what we did with our first house, which cash flows $3,000 to $4,000 a month on its own. So that's pretty cool. We currently have it, and I think we're going to sell it for 300 grand. But it's been a good Airbnb for us. That's the one we got 2% financing on. I don't know why. I'm not going to sell it for less than 300 because, like, we don't need to sell it with that. So, but I think I can take that 100. I'm going to buy some bigger deals later. I think that'll be cool. But anyhow, long story short, we spent thousands of dollars on the new house to make it an Airbnb, and ended up going under contract the night after we bought all the stuff. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I think we made back like $76,000 from that. And we took 30 and we paid off bad debt, which was like money that we borrowed. And then we took the 40,000, we actually put it down on the house, which we own now, on Cali Circle. That house was absolutely disgusting, but we spent $30,000 in material plus labor to fix it up. We've got a little over a couple $100,000 in it. We'll sell it for $265. We should net, after paying out everybody, around 30 grand profit. And then we'll take that money and kind of do the game. We'll get our first 30 back and use that 30 to buy houses from then on. So then kind of the goal from there is to keep the game going and just seeing how big you can get it. We still net 3 or 4 grand a month from the rentals. On a good month, 5 grand, depending on how the Airbnb does. And that's kind of like how we got to being able to quit by 27. I'm still working every day. Sorry, the camera shut off because it was hot in the sauna. But yeah, I'm still getting after it because I want to give. I'm very ambitious. I want to fund the church. That's important to me. I want to fund the children's home. That's important to me. My goals are bigger than myself. If I die today, that's what I want to be said. Like, he died trying to give. He died trying to reach for a higher calling, a higher purpose. And that's kind of like my ambition. I want to help a lot of people and maybe one day help you, do a deal with you. If you want to invest $25,000, $50,000, or $100,000 in rentals, your average returns will be 10%. So far, based off of the history. And if you want to get a little bit more risky and hope for a higher return, maybe we do a deal together on a purchase, rehab, renovate, and resell. Let's go and let's grow up. You guys got questions, DM me, and I'll see you on the next one.